You won't believe what's just been exposed. Former mistress Carmen Bryan is back, and this time she's pulling back the curtain on JayZ's dark side like never before. From intimate encounters to wild betrayals, Carmen's revelations are making headlines, and we've got all the details. Stick around because what she's revealing is shaking JayZ's image to its core. Let's just say the man behind the billion-dollar empire might not be the family man he's cracked up to be. Carmen Bryan, the woman who once found herself at the center of a high-profile love triangle with JayZ and Nas, is back in the spotlight. And this time, she's not holding back. Her memoir, packed with explosive details, paints a picture of JayZ that's far darker than anyone could have imagined. Let's rewind a bit. Carmen first crossed paths with JayZ in 1995, just after he dropped his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. At that time, Carmen describes JayZ as charming, humble, and smooth, a man who was working his way into the spotlight with undeniable charisma. But the story doesn't stay innocent for long. It wasn't long before their casual interaction turned into something more intense. According to Carmen, after a night spent crashing on JayZ's couch, she woke up to find him kissing her on the lips. What started as a casual encounter quickly escalated into a full-blown affair. And here's where things get even more uncomfortable. Carmen was already in a relationship with Nas, one of JayZ's biggest rivals. But JayZ's persistence went beyond simple attraction. Carmen describes it as predatory. JayZ didn't take no for an answer. A year after their first encounter, the two finally gave in to their chemistry, but Carmen claims JayZ was relentless in his pursuit, constantly pushing boundaries in ways that felt invasive and uncomfortable. This wasn't a one-off incident, it became a pattern that would define JayZ's treatment of women in his life. Carmen's story is just one chapter in a much darker narrative. Remember JayZ's infamous Super Ugly track? It wasn't just a diss song aimed at Nas. According to Carmen, that track revealed some deeply personal details about their relationship, including JayZ rapping about their sexual encounters in a way that left Carmen humiliated. Even more disturbing, he mentioned leaving condoms in her daughter's car seat. Let that sink in. JayZ dragged Carmen's child into the mess in a way that seemed not just careless, but downright cruel. The entire situation felt like an act of revenge, a way for JayZ to exact emotional damage on Carmen for whatever perceived slight she'd caused him. The aftermath was just as shocking. Carmen recounts a particularly low moment when Nas called her at 3 a.m. after hearing Super Ugly on the radio. He bluntly asked her, "Was that about you?" Talk about being put on blast. That conversation, filled with raw emotion and humiliation, added fuel to an already volatile situation. But this wasn't the last time Carmen found herself caught in the crossfire of JayZ's public persona. Over the years, more and more stories have surfaced about JayZ's questionable behavior, each one more disturbing than the last. But what truly makes this saga take a darker turn is Carmen's revelation about a pregnancy. Carmen reveals that during the affair, she found herself pregnant by JayZ. She suffered a miscarriage soon after, but what's even more shocking is that JayZ didn't know she was pregnant until after the miscarriage had already happened. Carmen describes the experience as a breaking point, one that shattered what little respect she had left for JayZ. The way he handled the situation, or rather didn't handle it, left her feeling abandoned and betrayed. But the real dagger came with the release of Super Ugly. That track, in Carmen's eyes, wasn't just a petty diss. It was the moment JayZ completely crossed the line, and it's a betrayal she'll never forget. In her memoir, Carmen doesn't just call out JayZ for his past actions, she also takes aim at the people who've tried to protect his image over the years. She's not afraid to throw shade at anyone who's been complicit in keeping his dark side hidden. She even references JayZ's infamous verse in Kanye West's Monster track, where JayZ raps about pillaging villages and conquering women and children. The line, which once felt like a bold, unapologetic flex, now seems hauntingly inappropriate given the new allegations. It's as if JayZ's past actions and his public persona are finally catching up to him, and Carmen's words are the reckoning. But the drama doesn't stop with Carmen. As more women begin to come forward, the picture of JayZ's treatment of women becomes clearer and more disturbing. In fact, there are darker stories lurking beneath the surface that have been largely ignored over the years. Take Kathy White, for example. Kathy died in 2011 under mysterious circumstances, and some conspiracy theorists believe her death may have been linked to her potential plans to expose a relationship with JayZ. Although the details remain unclear, the connection is hard to ignore. And then there's Foxy Brown, who was rumored to have had a questionable relationship with JayZ when she was just 15 years old. While both Jay-Z and Foxy have denied any inappropriate behavior, the rumors have persisted over the years, and they resurface every few years, never quite going away. The mere fact that these stories continue to pop up raises questions about Jay-Z's real character. So, what's going on here? As these revelations continue to surface, it's becoming increasingly clear that Jay-Z's carefully crafted reputation may not be as flawless as the media has led us to believe. Throughout his career, Jay-Z has built a brand based on power, control, and calculated moves. He's been the king of the rap game, the business mogul, the loyal husband standing by Beyoncé's side, even as rumors of infidelity swirled around him. But what happens when the cracks in that image start to show? As more stories of betrayal and mistreatment of women emerge, people are beginning to question whether Jay-Z has been living a double life, one in which his relationships were nothing more than power plays, designed to enhance his status and control his narrative. Jay-Z has always had the media on his side, using his relationships, his public persona, and his empire to keep his image intact. Whether it was Beyoncé standing by him during his infidelity scandals or his deft handling of the press, he's managed to stay on top of his game. But with the release of Carmen's memoir, coupled with the ongoing scrutiny over his past behavior, things are starting to shift. Fans, once enamored with Jay-Z's carefully cultivated image, are starting to demand answers. The public's tolerance for scandals seems to be running thin, and the floodgates are opening. Now, in 2024, Jay-Z finds himself caught in a new wave of controversy. The lawsuit against Diddy has reignited the spotlight on his past, with people questioning his role in the drama. Carmen's memoir has resurfaced, and her revelations are fueling the fire. More women are speaking out, and the public is growing impatient. The question on everyone's mind is whether Jay-Z's polished public persona can survive the scrutiny. Is this the beginning of the end for the man who once appeared untouchable? Is his dark side catching up with him, or are these just old rumors? Drop your thoughts below. Can Jay-Z survive the scrutiny? Hit subscribe and ring the bell for all the latest insider gossip.